Hello, it's David Allen, and you are watching Sporting Icons.
So on Saturday night, down Dubois, he took his first loss of his professional career at the hands of Joe Joyce. Of course, he took a knee due to a swollen eye. He was quite clearly in a lot of pain with it. And of course, he has come under some fire since from people within boxing and of course, boxing fans. Now, within an hour of this happening, even before he even got to the hospital, there was talk that maybe he broke his orbital bone. There was some nerve damage and things like that. And I thought, well, clearly that can't be, because how would you know that early? You wouldn't know. So for me, I put it all down to speculation and just hearsay. But now it's official. He has actually got a broken orbital bone. The eye socket has been broken, and he does actually have some nerve damage as well. So him taking a knee was the right thing to do. He's 23 years old. He's got a long career ahead of him. He needs his eyesight. So very, very important that he did take the knee when he did. It could be criticised that maybe his team should have pulled him out rather than just berate him and shout at him. Maybe they should have pulled him out, because that could have been his last fight. And for all we know, that might be his last fight, because we don't know how serious it is. We haven't heard how Daniel Dubois is. Now, this is very similar, if not the same, to when Kell Brook, when it happened to his eye against Triple G, and then the other eye against Errol Spence Jr. in the very next fight. Now, when it happened with Kell Brook, with Triple G, his surgeon, his doctor said that it was right that Dominic Ingle threw in the towel, because had that fight gone on much longer, much more punishment, and there's a very good chance, a very real chance, that he could have been blind, thus career over. Not just career over, but blind in one eye. So Dominic Ingle done the right thing. Quite clearly, that was playing on the mind of Kell Brook when he felt the other one go against Errol Spence Jr., which is why he took the knee. Obviously, he panicked. With Daniel Dubois, he would have had swollen eyes and all that kind of stuff through the amount of sparring that he's done, obviously in the amateur system and that as well. So he'd be no stranger to having a closed eye, swollen eyes, and things like that. So he knew something was wrong. He knew. So him taking the knee at 23 years old, potentially, he's just saved his own career. And there's too much talk about how a boxer should go out on their shield, they're a gladiator, this, that, and the other. But in reality, you need your eyesight. For me, it's far better to have a loss in that column rather than going blind in your eye. And what would have happened had Daniel Dubois carried on fighting and he did actually go blind? And listen, for all we know, maybe he will be blind. Maybe his career is over right now, because we don't know for sure. But what would have happened if he'd have continued and he did go blind? What would people say? Oh, well, Daniel Dubois' team should have pulled him out. It's their fault. Daniel Dubois, he should have known. He should have refused to get out the corner. He should have quit. Your eyesight in your career is far more important. That's what people would say. But because he took a knee, oh, he's a quitter. I really do think that people need to really think before they speak. Yes, he quit. And that's going to haunt him for the remainder of his career. Every time he has a press conference, the opponent will be, you quit once, you'll quit again. Once a quitter, always a quitter, all that kind of stuff. And if his eyesight is going to be perfectly fine after he has surgery, if he has surgery, who knows? Because there is talk that maybe he's thinking about having surgery. You've got a broken orbital bone, you need to have surgery, okay? But anyway, if it turns out that he's going to be okay and he can continue to box, then, of course, he's going to come under fire for that. But the difference between Kell Brook, with that happening with Kell Brook, is that he is fighting welterweights and super welterweights. They still punch very, very hard, and of course with speed as well. Daniel Dubois is fighting big, punching heavyweights. So it was far easier for Kell Brook to have surgery and come back. And thankfully, he's been okay since. But with Daniel Dubois, he's fighting much bigger, stronger, more powerful men that could potentially do it again. So hopefully, he's going to take a fair bit of time out and wait for it to properly heal before he gets back in there. For me, he's done the right thing. He saved his own career. He saved his eyesight, potentially, touch wood that he has. So for me, he's done the right thing. I would rather be ridiculed for quitting than be blind in one eye for the rest of my life and have no career left either. What Dan Dubois doesn't want to be doing is going to working in a factory because his career is over. Driving an ice cream truck because his career is over. People seem to think that because he's quite a popular guy that he would have already earned life-changing money. The money that he would have got for Joe Joyce be life-changing money. I promise you it's not. It really isn't, especially with the fact that there was no crowd there and it wasn't on pay-per-view as well. So he actually took a lot less money to fight Joe Joyce. So he does deserve a lot of credit. He will get criticism, and that's just the beast of boxing, isn't it? But he done the right thing. Broken orbital bone, potential going blind, he took the right thing. Of course, he wouldn't have known that's what it was, or maybe he did, maybe he felt that's potentially what it is. But you could see for the last 3-4 rounds, whenever he sat down in the corner, when they were putting on the end swell or a bit of ice and things like that, you could see he was in a lot of pain. Something was definitely wrong. He knew something was wrong. And his team should have known something was wrong as well. But there was so much. It's almost like his team would have preferred the win and Dan Dubois go blind. A career as a professional boxer is very short anyway. So you do need to prolong it. And if that means taking a knee, you take a knee. It is what it is. For me, Dan Dubois done the right thing. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.